All right, it looks like I'm live now. This is, pardon me, my first time doing a YouTube live stream. So let me know in the comments if the audio is working, if the audio is not working, if any issues are happening. Hey, Big Bear Crypto, great to see you. Another E-Town guy, Edmonton, Alberta. That's where I'm at right now in Canada. Thanks, guys, for popping on into this stream. Let's get right into it. Okay, so first, I'll kind of give an update on the craziness that has happened over the last 5 days since we launched the token. Then I'll hop right into the AMA questions that were landed in our Discord. If you're not in our Discord and you're only in Telegram, or if you're just watching this and you've seen us on Twitter or around, hop into the Discord. This is where all the juice is happening, all the announcements. Phenomenal app, Discord. Really suggest it. So in 5 days, we've got, what is it now, 6 exchange listings already locked in. We have Bilaxy, Hotbit, MXC, Beaky, and Coin Tiger. Did I say Probit too? Sorry, there's a lot, and we have many more on the way as well. We have at least 2 more announcements coming this week, and I guarantee you're going to be happy with both of these exchanges. One of them has been requested immensely in the group, and another one is it's just, you'll be happy with it as well. Let's put it that way. All right. Also, in terms of engagement awareness, we have had a ton for our first 5 days of launch. We've had most of the major influencers have their eyes on TrustSwap. We've had Ivan on Tech mention it. We've had Omar Baum mention it. We've had Leah Halpern of Altcoin Buzz shoot me a message on Twitter. We've now lined up an interview with Altcoin Buzz. That's 200,000 subscribers. We have Michael Gu, Box Mining, also 200,000 subscribers. Going to be lining up an interview with him. It was scheduled for today, this morning, but we had to delay it. So it's going to tomorrow morning. Again, he has 200,000 subs. And I got a couple more. There's potentially one announcement in partnership with an influencer who's heavy in the DeFi space. And I'm very excited. We have a call on Wednesday, I believe it is. And we're going to hash out some details, but we may have another advisor coming on, public facing. This guy is a savant in the DeFi space. You may know who I'm talking about. I'm going to be as obscure as I can. But yeah, really amazing things happening there. He has an incredibly strong community, one of the top crypto educators. So let's see what happens. In other promotional news, I'm still finishing up with Blockfolio. I mean, apparently TrustSwap works fast. Nowhere else does, it seems. It's been a pain to give these guys money to get our million banner ad impressions on there. And then have Asian marketing. So Asian marketing, that was after we had our few Asian exchange listings, like MXC was another one, Probit, and Hotbit was the one that we were waiting for there. So because I'm not too familiar with the Asian space, like North America marketing, that's my wheelhouse. If anyone doesn't know, I have a community of essentially like 1.6 million crypto investors. You can check out cryptocurrencyinvesting.io. So North America crypto marketing, that's my wheelhouse. I have no idea about Asia at all. So we're kind of reaching out to different Asian marketing firms right now and just getting the pulse on, what are good avenues, counter comparing different offers, counter comparing, what they're saying to each other, saying, okay, what groups are relevant. So not much to announce on that front yet, other than, hopefully by end of week, we'll have some more tangible things put together, and maybe the marketing campaign will start end of week as well. But we want to make sure that we're doing our due diligence on this one and not just going, throwing money at thin air or things that aren't going to deliver results. So yeah, we have our promotional video. The same guys who made the promo video for Statera are making it for our project, for TrustSwap. So I really like them. Been going back and forth with these guys, and they're phenomenal. I'm really excited for how this video is going to turn out. We've got a really good script that's coming, and I think it's going to be great. White paper, a lot of people have been asking about that. That's still in progress. Maybe end of week, we'll have something to deliver to you guys. Again, we launched everything really fast. Again, if someone's not familiar, this idea came to me on June 19th when someone was trying to invest money into Uptrend, and I realized, wow, there's no escrow services smart contract. I need to build one. So everything's been progressing very fast, to say the least, and I think we've been keeping pace with all of that. But we have a team that's able to, execute on all these things. But white paper, sometimes, that to me, that's something that you want to have perfected rather than just rush out the door. So it's going to take a little bit of time on the white paper, and we're going to do it right the first time, get it nicely designed. Of course, you can iterate on the white paper a couple times, but I believe first impressions matter. So that's what we're going to be doing. In terms of things that people are also excited about, the code. So the first code push to GitHub repository, that is going live tomorrow. You can check out our code base, fully public. Of course, it's not going to be the total code. It's just like the, let's say, phase 1 of the code. So that'll be public. Everyone's been waiting for code. Everyone's saying, oh yeah, it's a lot of hype, a lot of good noises, but let's see some actual results. So you're going to see those results. That's coming likely within the next 24 hours. So stay tuned for that. Let me just pop to the comments real quick before I head into the QA, pre-QA section, see if there's anything that hasn't been mentioned yet. Moving so fast. Yeah, we're going strong. Someone says, Huobi, when? We are working on that. We are working on that. So check back in a couple weeks. Will there be an Hourglass game for the swap token? I have seen some contract. So there is one called swapstake.io. Oh, Trevon James is in the chat. Trevon, appreciate you, man, for making that video earlier. That's a solid move. Really appreciate that, man. Swapstake.io. So this is an Hourglass staking game where you can lock in your tokens. Whenever people enter into the pool, you're earning your share of whatever their fee is. So let's say, you know, when you enter, it costs a 5% fee, and that fee is distributed to the people who are in the pool. When you leave the pool, you're also charged a 5% fee, and that's distributed to the people in the pool. So the earlier you get in and the longer you stay into this pool, the more rewards you're going to earn. Of course, it's a net zero game. You know, the fees are always coming from somebody. So it's not necessarily like staking, like we're going to have on our mainnet, where you can just stake your swap tokens and then just earn passive swap every day as transactions roll in. So a little bit different, but I think it's a very cool idea. And the guy who created it, they have a long track record. The code is public. I am certain. And yeah, they've been around for 3 years. So I definitely do suggest looking into that. Of course, we can't officially endorse it because there's just liabilities for us doing an official endorsement if they take down their servers or something. I mean, it's on chain and that's safe, but if they take down their front end, I don't think they will, but that's a risk that everyone runs. So right on, cool. Yeah, Adam says Pyrobank is A++. Pyrobank is another one. So yeah, we have stakeswap.io and then Pyrobank. Pyrobank is doing 10% fees. So your choice, choose whichever one you want. All right, let's get into the bulk of it, the AMA section here. Also 61 people watching. That's awesome. I'm impressed. Thanks guys for coming to check this out. We have a strong community already, 1,500 holders, something like that in a few days. It's mind-blowing. Your Blackness asks, in an ideal situation, it would be nice to move beyond a regular bank account. How can TrustSwap help me/us get there? What does it look like? The talk is always an ecosystem, but the reality is a marketplace for goods and services. But as he says, the talk is always ecosystem, but the reality is marketplace for goods and services is really the game changer. Free trade. Could there be a crypto classifieds? So in terms of like marketplaces for goods and services, I agree. You need something. You need crypto to be able to interact with goods and services at scale. Now, what does that look like? In my opinion, what it doesn't look like is a site that just says, hey, list your stuff and only get paid in Bitcoin. You know, you have crypto classifieds for housing markets already. You have a few dApps that are doing like exactly what you're mentioning. But the problem is not enough people want to receive cryptocurrency for their products. And you need a critical mass, because if you only have a small inventory, you're not going to be able to attract customers, because customers want large inventory, lots of choice. So the solution to this is that the customer can pay in cryptocurrency, in this instance, swap token, and then the merchant can receive fiat or crypto, their choice. But you need to be able to give them that choice. And so how do we achieve this? We achieve that through having a different kind of third-party gateways. So you can look at the crypto.com card, you can look at Crypterium, you can look at MobiPay. How that works is you pay in swap, they convert that swap to fiat in whatever currency it is, like whatever national currency they want to accept, and boom, you've just paid in crypto, they've accepted fiat, and you're gold. So you can pay online, you can pay in person, and this is the way to do it. You know, you mentioned that it would be nice to move beyond a regular bank account. I already feel that that's what crypto is doing. I'm fairly bankless. I use fiat currency for minimal things. So I think I agree that it's just that merchant integration that we need to go through. Okay, Next question by Arshad. Will we see a swap one-up pair on exchanges in the future? So if anyone's not familiar, Uptrend is another project that I run. Most engaged social media website, blockchain-based social media website in the world right now. The token is one-up. So we're not going to be listing any swap one-up pairs on centralized exchanges. That being said, Uniswap is my favorite place in the world. This is better than Disneyland, Uniswap. So anybody can add liquidity to any pair. You can have swap to one up. You can have swap to any ERC20 token imaginable. Just add the liquidity, boom, it exists. That's one of the main reasons why I love Uniswap. So yeah, for sure, we can have that pair. This is a cool one. Off-world assignment. He asks, I'd like to know if ayahuasca influences your ideas about crypto projects. So if anybody knows me very well, I go to the jungles of Peru about every 3 years. It's kind of like a 10-day fast, and we'll do 5 ayahuasca ceremonies. You're in the jungle, totally isolated. You're in your own hut. It's not like most ayahuasca ceremonies, you're in a group. These ones, you're actually by yourself in the jungle, middle of the night. It's a wild experience. You lose like 10 pounds. It's like you're in the zone, but it's a very cleansing experience and puts your head in the right space. And I think that's the main thing. Ayahuasca has been able to get me more in line with what my priorities and mission is. And that's a little weird. I'm getting emotional about it. So I feel it's just been able to like really make me more purposeful in my actions and yeah, do them for the right reasons. So I won't get any more into that. Someone asked, is DMT a good nootropic for crypto day trading on the drug train? DMT, you're not doing anything. You're going to another universe. Nick Maz, how many exchanges do you think we'll be able to get onto by the end of July? We're already on 6. We have at least 2 more coming. That's 8. And we still have 15 days left. So let's see what else I can wrangle up. Some people have talked about who will be. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Free Dirt says, phase 2 of the roadmap, the wrapping of any token on any chain is very useful, but at the same time seems difficult to implement. Can you give us some more details on how this would work? So he's correct. It's not always the simplest thing to wrap tokens. Different chains are going to be more complex to wrap the tokens. So wrapping as a service, it's not like we're going to hit a button and it says go, and then any token from any chain can integrate this service. It will be a progressive build out. So we will have to do them individually, and there may be some kind of integration fee if a certain chain wants to get their token wrapped. We need to work out the details. So I will be very upfront here. I'm not a developer. I've been in crypto since early 2017, before the big thing popped off. So I have a decent scope of what's going on, but in terms of technicalities, I don't code, I'm not a developer. So my understanding has its limits. So in terms of wrapping tokens and the technical specifications behind that, that's a great question to ask Adam Barlam, either in Telegram or in Discord. On Discord, his handle is Bravo Coin. Cool. DHIE, he says, how to prepare ahead of mainnet in August and what distinguishes it from other projects. So prepare for, I mean, you don't really have to do anything to prepare for mainnet. Just you know, if you believe in the project, hold some tokens, and that's how you prepare. You know, be a positive impact in the community, answer questions. I always appreciate that. What distinguishes it from other projects? Well, as I said, the reason why it was started is because I saw a massive gap in the crypto space. There's no escrow services. There's no crypto subscription services. So you're like, how can you pay a monthly fee using cryptocurrency right now? You can't. How can teams lock up their tokens without building their own smart contract and then auditing it, which costs a lot of money and a lot of time? They can't. How can you, run an ICO so that you're only, let's say you invest $100,000, but $10,000 gets released when the team hits certain benchmarks? Doesn't exist yet. Or how about as a company, if you want to attract investors, but you don't want them to dump, you can say, listen, I understand you're going to invest $100,000 and then we're going to release 10% every month. So you can sell that 10%, but it's going to limit the dump. It's going to limit the downside pressure because the investor knows that they have a vested interest in continuing to like promote the project, keep the ecosystem healthy. All these numbers are malleable, but these are the kind of ideas and scopes that we're working with right now. Instant will execution as well. So, you die, your fiduciary, or fiduciary is the wrong word, but let's just say lawyer hits the go button, boom, auto sends to everyone. So there's 1,001 applications that TrustSwap is doing that do not exist. that I believe most of them are multi-billion-dollar industries in themselves. And that's just phase one. We have 5 phases that we're rolling out with. And so I'm expecting massive things here. This is day 5, remember, everybody. And if you've seen our progress, if you've been in the Discord, which again, I highly recommend you get in there, big things are coming and happening, and momentum is only building. Bra, he says, why did you decide to sell so much KYC OTC? Don't you think it was too much? So definitely not. So a few reasons. A, you need to get a large sum of initial liquidity on Uniswap that adds massive validity to your project, as well as helps reduce slippage so that big orders can come in. So you need liquidity on Uniswap, so you need to sell a decent amount of OTC. Secondly, we needed to, pardon me, we needed to hold some for ourselves so that we could, I dropped my pen. I like to fidget. One sec. There we go. I need to spin a pen. It helps me think. So we had to keep a fund so that we could do development activities. So listing on exchanges, making partnerships, running marketing campaigns, getting on Blockfolio, all these things take money. So we needed a slush fund so that we could execute. Running bootstraps, I did that with Uptrend. It's no fun. So this time I wanted to do it different. Wanted to shoot it out the gate full force and continue with full momentum as long as we can. I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to head into the comments and scroll real quick just so I don't get too far ahead here. We need at least one major exchange that will have enough liquidity so that buy and sell will be smooth. Agreed, and we are working on it. Adam says, just got in. Have you talked about when you will be promoting swap on other YouTube 100K sub channels? So as we have the box mining interview coming up tomorrow morning, and altcoin buzz is scheduled for the 21st, I believe. And that's what's scheduled right now. More coming in. Someone says Chico endorsing this is 100 times better than any of these crypto YouTubers. Chico is an interesting one, because if Chico likes to pick fights with a lot of people. So it's kind of like you have like 2 camps and you need to, anyways, I won't go too deep into that. Ayahuasca, dominate Uniswap, DMT. Okay, how's the platform smart contracts coming along? Still on time for August? Yes, in August, early, mid, late. We anticipate to be finished our end at the beginning of August. And then from there, it's audits, and our code is fairly simple and straightforward. So I don't believe audits should take more than 2 weeks. So, but things always just take longer than you'd expect. So I'm going to cover my ass and say late August, and anything earlier, it'll be a happy surprise. When BitMax and KuCoin, stay tuned. KuCoin, we haven't opened up the conversation with yet, but we may soon. Okay. Swap, are you planning on making a simplified Chinese site translation that would bring a lot of attention? Yes, we are going to be doing website translation soon for Chinese, Korean, Japanese. I think those are the 3 main ones that we want to hit. So when we do our Asian marketing campaign, 80 people watching live now. That's very cool. Thank you, guys. Are your tokens part of a vesting schedule? So, sorry, the chat's been bouncing around. I'm having a tough, I might have missed a couple of comments here, but are your tokens part of a vesting schedule? So we don't have a vesting schedule because it doesn't exist out there. That's what we're building. So like I mentioned, these teams who lock their tokens up into vesting schedules, they need to create the code, and that takes time. And then they need to audit it, because if you're not auditing that code to lock up your team tokens, it's a vulnerability, can get hacked. And then the hacker has this mass amount of team tokens and dumps on everybody. So we do not want to put a liability that somebody could dump tokens onto our community. So we do not have a locked token vesting schedule. However, once the TrustSwap contract is out and live, I promise you, the team is going to be the first ones to be locking our tokens into that time lock system. So you can have faith in that. But dude, right on. Let's hop back into it. Okay, old school dog. Outside the staking contract, what features are next, and what will be available for testnet? So I mean, we're just going to go full live mainnet. Everything is going to be available. All phase 1. Check the website. Everything to do with payments, smart swaps, escrow. It's all going to be live. As J-Shark, as more features add to the TrustSwap ecosystem, envision different ways for swap to be used that will increase the rate of burn and staking reward. Oh, for sure. So I mean, using transactions, we're going to keep it at that 80-10-10 rule. I think that's a very reasonable and strong split. However, more utility in the TrustSwap ecosystem is exactly what we're aiming for. I've said it 1,000 times already. We're not just building a little niche sector. We're going to expand and explode in these niche sectors, but the big vision is an entire DeFi ecosystem. So there will definitely be more utility for the swap token, leading to more burns and more staker rewards. I guarantee you that. Can you say anything about the progress of swap getting listed on Huobi? Not yet. I'll just say check back in a couple weeks. The thing that maybe people don't realize is that with these exchanges, they like to just stay really vague. They don't like it when you leak information early. So I gotta tread carefully there, because if we shoot ourselves in the foot just because we wanted to leak it early to the community, it's not a good thing. We'll have an announcement like a week ahead of time if we're doing Huobi or BitMax or one of these. So no worries there. But I think you guys can rest assured in the track record so far that when it comes to listings, if I say we're going to get something, we're going to get something. And my eyes are set on BitMax and Huobi and Binance. You heard it here first. Will TrustSwap have subscriptions? For example, when a company wants to accept monthly payments in crypto? Straight up, yes. I think this is the last question that I'll pop to the YouTube comments. Will TrustSwap ever have gasless transactions? Ethereum transactions are slow and unnecessarily expensive. Okay, so that's the first question. Then he has another one after. So, yes, because we were running on Ethereum, we will. I don't see why we would ever switch off of Ethereum. And ETH 2.0 is coming out, and those are more or less gasless transactions. So that's pretty fantastic. We will have to iterate fees and structures as that goes on. Yeah, but that is it. Does TrustSwap pay for these crypto influencers and video reviews? Are any real or organic, or are they all paid for? They are definitely not all paid for. I'm good buddies with a good number of crypto influencers, so they're certainly not all paid for. I think it's best for me to be ambiguous and just not say which ones are and which ones are not paid for. If they're paid, if the YouTuber wants to disclose if it's paid for, that's fantastic. But otherwise, yeah, I'll just leave that open. I'll just say they're definitely not all paid for. And I'm trying to think if we have paid for one yet. I don't think so. Okay, hopping into the questions in the comments. So this is probably going to be any announcements about partnerships. So we are going to be partnering with different Oracle providers because rather than building our own proprietary Oracle system, it makes a lot more sense to leverage one that exists. So you guys can just imagine what a big Oracle provider is in the crypto space and what the name is, and then realize that is who we are intending to be partnered with. Tokens can be, how do you anticipate protecting TrustSwap from copycat competition? So first off, nobody has built these products yet. So, I mean, it's a blue ocean market, like blue sky, however you want, whatever the phrase is you want to say. And then copycats, good luck to you. I'm going to outwork you. If you're thinking of copycatting TrustSwap, bring it. I love competition. I thrive off it. And if you're doing something better than we're doing, well, then we're just going to iterate and steal that one small aspect that you're doing better than us, and we're going to crush you in every other aspect. Our branding is on point, our execution is on point, our connections are on point, our funding is amazing, our roadmap is solid, our vision is incredible. I'm optimistic. So I welcome competition so that we can absolutely crush it. Open source and copyrighted. That is a good question. I'll have to chat with Adam about exactly what is going to be open source. I'm imagining most will be, but some might be. I know that you can release. So again, I'm not a dev, so you can release most of the code and hide certain aspects of it so that it can't be stolen. That's my layman's understanding. So Adam will have a better understanding on how the code is going to be going. We need more enlightened founders such as Jeff in the crypto revolution. Hey, I'll definitely get to the jungles of Peru or a little bit of LSD. I will definitely advocate for those. Or mushrooms by yourself. Just turn off the lights. They've never had a better experience. 6K, dear Jeffrey, can we get into some juicy hype the community has been speculating? 1, are you Jack from Axion? 2, we heard you are involved with XIO. How do you feel about it? 3 is Wasape, your clone. So 1, no. 2, are you Jack from Axion? No, I'm a holder in Axion token Hex2T. I'm a big bag holder, so I'll do a quick plug here. Hex, I think, is an interesting concept. But the problem with it is that Richard Hart is taking all the money. He's putting all the money into his pocket. And what Hex2T, rebranding as Axion soon, is doing is redistributing that money that Richard Hart, it's millions of dollars every day. And they're buying back tokens, which pumps the price, and then they're redistributing it to token holders. So I am a big fan. They're super transparent. I love it. Number 2, we heard you are involved with XIO. How do you feel about it? So yeah, Zach Dash, the founder, CEO, I don't know what his official title is there, but we're good buddies. I love Zach. I think he's one of the most ethical, morally sound founders in crypto. As one of his friends says, almost to a fault, because he does things so by the book. He just hates shilling, hates pumps. But XIO is a phenomenal model where they're also doing alternative methods of ICO. They're essentially the Y Combinator of crypto, and I wish those guys the best. I love it. I'm not involved with the team, but Uptrend is integrating, so my other project, with the XIO ecosystem in various ways. I won't get too deep into that, but there will likely be partnerships with TrustSwap into XIO as well. And then 3 is Wasape. I've never even heard of it. Is that your clone? So no. Oh, sorry guys. This chat is jumping around all over. How are you planning on making a DeFi leveraged exchange? That's a great question for Adam. I don't know the technical specifications of it. So any plan to migrate from Ethereum to another chain? I hate Ethereum fees, says Galang. Yeah, Ethereum 2.0 is coming out, so those fees may be null and void pretty soon. Yeah, Trevon says his interview wasn't paid. Again, appreciate that. Sir Crypto, he says mine wasn't paid. But then he says, but I do have a bag. Okay, cool. Confirmation is in. Right on, Trevon. Glad to have you on the squad. Is swap3d.io promoted by 6K above linked in any way to the TrustSwap ecosystem? You ignored my question 2 times. So sorry, it's been bouncing around. I'm not trying to ignore anybody's question. The chat's just glitching a little bit. So I haven't seen Swap3D yet. I heard some rumors in the Telegram group that a new DApp was coming out right after this live stream. I haven't seen it, haven't heard of it. I just heard these little rumors, so I don't know. I have to look into it, to be honest. Oh, sorry guys, this is jumping around everywhere. Do you see Kava as a big competitor? Sorry, I need to look more into Kava. Move to Cardano. No, no. I'll just leave it at that. I love Charles. I think he gets too much of a bad rap, to be honest. I had an interview with him not too long ago, and I really like his methodology. In a way, it's totally opposite from what we're doing. He's just his whole thing is go so slow, so methodical, and just take all the brunt force of all the criticism of all the roadmap. And I respect that a lot. That's really hard to do in crypto. So everyone here, it's been what, 5 days, and people are like, "Oh, we're a stable coin already. We're a stable coin. We haven't moved." I'm like, give it a chance, guys. This is day 5. You guys are hilarious. When is the Q&A with Adam? Yeah, we can definitely set up a dev Q&A. I'll drop him a line and let's set that up, because I'm not the right guy to do a dev Q&A, but he definitely will be. Get listed on Wazir X, India's biggest exchange. I'll look into it. Okay, Adam says, heard that Charles Hoskinson doesn't work with Polymath development or the Polymash platform. Yeah, I'm not too sure. He left. He's still working with IOHK, I think, in and out Hong Kong. Yeah, IOHK, that's the one. So respect to Charles. I think respect to most people in the crypto space. Everyone's just doing things with their own flavor, their own style. Even if, for example, well, I won't go as deep as to say like Justin Sun is doing things the right way, but all I'll say is like all these people with different perspectives, like, oh, Cardano's better, ETH is better, Bitcoin's better, Bitcoin Cash is better. it's just based off your preferences. Like if you value being able to spend Bitcoin in a coffee shop, controversial statement, Bitcoin Cash may be better. You know, if you value decentralization and security and longevity, Bitcoin's the right one. So it all depends on your preferences. And I think all these people in the crypto space, all these projects, they're really all just different flavors. And people who come in and bash certain projects, not a big fan. Okay. Jackie Wu says, is it possible to get an Ivan on tech with this project? So I looked over here because I thought my phone was there, but it's not. I DM'd Ivan on tech. He made a video the other day. He's like, crypto subscriptions are a multi-billion-dollar business. How is it possible that there is no way to pay a monthly subscription in crypto? And he goes on a 5-minute rant on his live stream about this. And I just DM'd him because we had been at a conference before. I'm like, dude, like that, exactly what you said is what we do. And so he already replied and said, awesome, send it over when it's done. So we'll be doing that. Ivan on Tech has his eyes on it. Omar Baum's looking into it. We caught a lot of eyeballs on our stuff. So I'm pretty optimistic, to say the least. This is like a little shit-eating green because I love the fudders. I just love them because there's nothing more than I just love to rub in their face after we just take off. So maybe that was a little strange to say, but that's one of my things. Like if you guys have watched the Last Dance documentary with Michael Jordan, amazing documentary, one of my favorites in the world. It actually might be my favorite biography documentary in the world. And his phrase, like anytime like somebody does something to him, as minuscule as it is, he'll just be like, I took that personally. And then he'll go and like make 70 points in a game. And I love that. And so, you know, when people kind of shit on TrustSwap, I'm like, I take that personally. And now it's time for us to make 70 points in the game metaphorically here. Adam says, is it true that there will be a 21-day lockup when staked on mainnet? Yeah, so we're going to have different, you can lock in for different times. The longer you stake for, the higher percentage you're going to earn. So the minimum is going to be 21 days, just for simplicity. There's a couple complexities when you make it shorter, and we're just going to keep it simple. Again, Adam's the right guy to chat, like Adam the dev, Adam Barlam is the best guy to talk about this. But how we're going to do it is staking is done twofold. There's two variables. One is it's proportional to your amount in the pool. So let's say you have 10% staked in the pool, you're going to earn 10% of the rewards. But then there's also going to be a multiplier based on time. So if you're staked for 21 days, you're going to earn less than if you're staked for, let's say, 2 years. So that will play into it, time. And I'll have to check in with Adam on what that looks like. I don't have those numbers offhand. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doom. CryptoCon says, what is your background in the crypto space? How did you first get involved? So maybe I'll tell a quick story. I think it provides good context. So again, early 2017, when Ethereum was around like 40 bucks, 35 bucks, I kind of stumbled upon it. And I was like, this is really interesting stuff. I feel like there's a mass potential to be able to shift power from corporations to the people. That's what I'm really about. I really like people empowerment. That's me. And you look it up, I'm like, that's what it is. And you know, with TrustSwap, it's like, let's decentralize systems. Let's get rid of lawyers. Let's get rid of these middlemen that we don't need to pay. And just have pieces of software where people can act trustlessly together. I love that. So, anyways, started a Facebook group called Ethereum Investing. Invited 11 friends in. And then just by the keywords, I guess, people searching Ethereum investing, it grew to 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, 30,000 people. I was like, holy shit. So I made another group called cryptocurrency investing, and then boom, instantly everyone kind of like split into both those two groups, like doubled themselves. And now cryptocurrency investing is around 155,000 people. So please join that group, cryptocurrency investing on Facebook. You'll find it. And from there, everything just kind of blossomed. You know, I started a podcast just because different founders were looking to get exposures in the groups. Projects started approaching me to help with marketing because I had a large audience. And then through helping these projects in CMO roles and biz dev roles, I got to learn how crypto projects worked and functioned from the inside. I was always really hands-on. I really loved to help and like just help with absolutely everything from tokenomic design to white papers to biz dev to marketing strategy. So I just really got to get a good handle on how to run a crypto company effectively, because crypto companies are inherently much more complex than a standard company, in my opinion. So that has helped. So I don't have any formal education. I was actually a firefighter for like a structural firefighter for a few years. That was what I was doing before. I didn't ever went to any like fancy business school. I personally believe that all the information is online, especially as it pertains to business. So just get it for free. Don't waste your money. I'm of the opinion that we should transition from an age of piece of papers have validity into an age where knowledge and experience has validity. And so that's been my experience. My experience has been experience is just working with different companies and evolving from there. So yeah. Please, after the product and service, let's swap token be a priority. I mean, not useless the value of the token. Sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. I should have skimmed that one first. Long lockups create stability. This is a good thing. Cosmos has 21 days too. Exactly. We're not like anyone complaining with a 21-day lockup. Come on, guys. It's not long. That's not long. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. EOS says 3 days. Yeah, I mean, good for them, sure. Don't answer if you don't want to, but what's your biggest L in crypto? Oh my God. He says, I lost 10K on EOS ICO shenanigans. My biggest L in crypto was definitely, like in a singular project, was definitely Polymath. I personally, for about a year or 2 years, I was one of the biggest, well, I felt like one of the biggest STO, security token advocates in the world. Well, okay, that's, in my own mind, I really like security tokens. I was their #1 fan. I wasn't an influencer in the security token space. So I was like, you know what? Whatever is involved with security tokens, I'm just going to throw the whole bag at it, go for the grand slam. And I took a big L on Polymath, like a very big L, pretty close to 6-digit L. So that one sucked. Okay, people are just arguing about 6K in there. That's fun. Okay, right on. Cool. That is all the productive questions that I have in there. Awesome. Thank you, guys. 95 people watching now. I'll try to cut 37 minutes. This has been a powerhouse stream. Thank you guys for sticking through. Any other questions? As always, hit me with, well, you can hit me with a DM, but I actually prefer if you tag me in the general channel because then I can answer questions publicly. I really like that because a lot of times people have questions that haven't been replied to already. Earlier today, one of the guys was asking 1,001 questions. He was like, why haven't you told us about the fee structure yet? I'm like, listen, man, we haven't told you about a lot of things because you haven't asked. We're not gonna give you a monologue on all of the things that we're doing and all the little granular details. So if you have a question, we'll answer immediately. And that's it, that's all. So yeah, feel free to tag me, ask me questions. We're super open. And day five, that's impressive, guys. And we got a big week ahead. We got a very big week ahead. I'm excited for some announcements that are gonna be rolling out this week. A couple phone calls, as I mentioned, with that one potential advisor who is a massive figurehead in the DeFi and crypto education space that I think is going to be a monstrous community over and a lot of knowledge and expertise. So good times are ahead. And I mean, that call may not go through. So let's just kind of paint a clear picture there. But I'm optimistic. Anyways, yeah, good things ahead. Thanks for your time, Jeff. Big Bear Crypto, appreciate you, man, and appreciate everyone who came, checked out the stream. Hope it went smoothly. First time on YouTube. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, because then I'll know that we should do this again. So right on, sweet. See you guys.